And with is real Yuma, Colorado. So I'm back, and Miss Nickie and I were going for a ride to the market, which is 70 miles away. So, hey. Now we're going to Walmart. My bike does not start on its own at all at this point. I have to jump start it every time. I want to see about getting for it, or at least a battery tender to keep it topped off. I'm really annoyed by this because I have the car, so it's not a big deal. But wow, this is a 0 frames per second. So this is not working. Nickie, it's not working. Can you sit up a little bit so they can see you? So there. Oh wait, now we got some frames. Cool. Hey, it's 10 a.m. I'm heading to, I can't remember, Sterling, Oklahoma. Why do I keep doing that? Sterling, Colorado. That's it. She's right under her name. I think she's already carved out. We've been about 6 blocks. So, but I said I wasn't going to talk about tech, but when I was doing this anymore. But in case you're wondering, this is an iPhone 11 with a Rode Video microphone. My windows are opened, and I'm willing to bet you the audio isn't really horrible. But I could be wrong, so let me close the windows. I left Nickie in the car for a minute, so I had the windows all cranked open. What is that in the road? Hey, kitty. Poor kitty. I've grown horribly attached to the little tabbies. I've stayed with a few well-mannered kitties, and they're starting to grow on me. I think that might be one of the reasons I got Nickie, because Nickie, who we can't see because she's hiding, is very cat-like. I know people are talking to me. I'm sorry I can't really see because I'm driving, and the puffy thing on the microphone is covering my chat, unfortunately. I guess I didn't think this through. But I will, when I can, I'll peek at it. But, Alright, well, apparently the internet only works outside of town. But what are you gonna do? Right, Nick? Nickie, come on, say hi. Whoop, there she is. See, when I use the GoPro, this is actually really, it's perfect, but I can't live stream with it. Yeah, okay, I'll focus on driving. Sounds like a good plan, actually. So, yeah, we're gonna go to Walmart. We're gonna get some groceries. We're gonna go grab something to eat. We're in a town that actually has food, like a Taco Bell or McDonald's or something, because there's no fast food where I'm living. Maybe buy a battery tender if the price is right. Maybe buy a battery if the price is right. I don't know. I'm just pretty frustrated with the bike not starting whenever I wanted to. Yeah, he's like, I focus on driving. I am driving on a road, although there's going to be a turn right here, so brace yourself. But my strip is going to be go really straight, really far that way, then make a right, and then go really straight and really far the other way. It's the way it is here. Right, Nick? She's like, I hate the car. Why aren't we on the bike? Because it's still not warm enough yet. And in fact, I was questioning whether we should be doing this trip because we might burn the best part of the day going to Sterling and coming back. Because that's 2 hours. Nah, we'll be back by noon, 1 o'clock at latest, and then we'll go riding. But I needed to get out of the house. I didn't leave the house last weekend because I was sick. I had pneumonia. So I just spent like 4 days in a row in the house sick, and I had to get out of the house. I had to. So we're gonna go get maybe a little Taco Bell, grab a few things, maybe a battery tender, maybe a battery instead. I don't know. Look, oh, Nickie's awake. Say hi, Nickie. Right here, this way. I pointed the camera at you just so this would be cool. She's like, are you shaking? No, she's got a sweater on. And her sweater is funny because it's actually a sleeve from a thermal that I have. And I decided to cut the sleeves off and make clothes for her because it was cold. And I thought that, and it didn't fit me right. It shrunk in the wash. Yeah, or I grew in the wash, one or the other. I am being watered every day, so maybe that's it. But anyway, I just cut little leg holes in it for her, and I rolled down this thing like a turtleneck, and she's nice and warm. But what the funny part is, she's gotten so puffy with her hair that I started thinking that she was fat. So when I put the turtleneck back on her, now I can see that she's still a little skinny, tiny little thing. She's just all puffy. So I'm gonna time this out so that when we get to beautiful Otis, Oklahoma, if you want to look on a map, we will end it there because I'm pretty sure there's no internet after that. It's a shame because it's pretty much the prettiest part of the ride. For anybody who was here earlier, I was talking about how the front cameras on iPhones are useless. Only the one that faces you. Technically, that is the front camera. The back cameras, which are beautiful cameras, are not good for streaming or any kind of motor vehicle use because you're going to switch lenses to ultra wide angle, the front one. And of course, today it's working well. You get a lot of motion. Get that wire out of the way. You get a lot of motion blur and all kinds of crap like that. Maybe it's just my bike. I'm in the car today. Let's try another lens. Back camera. It's not that bad. You can see how wavy this is though, but the back camera is definitely, it's good on the bike. The camera, I should say. Here we are. Get that wire out of the way again. But you know, it's all this equipment that comes and goes. And trust me, I got caught up in it for a while and watching all this gear. The iPhone can do like 99% of what you want to do and do it well. I mean, it won't be the best, but it'll be far from the worst. You know, you compared to your average budget thing, it's pretty good, right, Nickie? She said yes. You can't understand her because you don't speak Nickie, but trust me, she means it. But man, if I was going to tell anybody who had talent, and I mean like, not just I want to build a studio and I want to do stuff. I mean a guy who actually has a thing going on, you know, who has. You don't need good gear. If you're catchy and you're funny and you're this, you could sit there and do it out your phone all day long and people will watch. And using this setup with a you know the Rode mic, this is the one that plugs into the lightning adapter, which is easy peasy, no issues, no problems, no dongles, nothing. Just plug it in and start talking to it. How can you not love it? I'm using the free version of OBS mobile on it for Apple, and it lets me put my logos up, and look, you can see the dog. Hi, dog. Nickie. You said, who are you talking to? I'm talking a lot. Yes, I am. But I mean, out of all the gear out there, this might be my favorite. And guess what? It's pretty much always on me. And even without the silly microphone, it's still reasonable. Still reasonable when you have internet and you're not in the middle of, well, this. Switch camera, don't die. Look, there's nothing here. Whoop. Turn the camera, it's probably not be pointed up when we get back. Nothing but blue sky and open road. Right, Nick? Sure. Blue skies and open road here. And a lot of cows. And a lot of cow poo. But, look at that. We've got a multi-camera shoot, and you can see the, it's a great little setup. Now, if StreamYards OBS. So this OBS would let me use multiple cameras at once. Well, oh my God, forget it. I'd like this. I would be over the top. I would probably just get rid of everything else. Although, you know, well, I don't know. Well, because you know what, a GoPro. I don't know if the GoPro, how much more waterproof out of a housing it is than an iPhone 11. Because an iPhone 11 is pretty waterproof. What's wrong, Nickie? What's wrong? Nickie's crying. Let's put the Nickie cam back on. Now that she's standing up on her back legs, look at her. She's just like looking at me going, "Who are you talking to, crazy man? Who are you talking to? Are you hot, kid? Let's put some air in here. And let's stay on the road, too." She's getting better in the car. And the bike she likes, but she hasn't gone anywhere. I haven't seen a look of excitement on her face, like when we're going to go for a ride. So, I don't know. Right, Nick? But, quick trip to the supermarket, a quick lunch, and then we come back, and then it'll be in the 60s here, and then we're going to go riding around town, visiting people. Okay, buddy? She's like, "I want a nap." I know you want. Who doesn't? Naps are best. Naps are good, aren't they? She's a good girl. Thank you, Al. She is cute. She's very cute. And maybe later on we might even fly the drone again, since a lot of people who follow me are like drone people. I'm like, I don't know why. I'm just uninspired. I showed you, saw where I'm looking at. It's just endless rolling flat. And since I crashed Christmas Eve, got taken out, we don't know. I don't have a lot of faith in my Mavic. I put it back together and I got some parts and I did it, but and I test flew it. It seemed to work, and I tried to crash it. You know, put it in sport mode and just kind of threw it around like so violently and flew it. And it did fine, but for some reason I'm not inspired to fly it since I'm here. I mean, I should have probably just tossed it in the bag, because I know along this road there's some beautiful rolling hills that I've shot in the past, like just driving with the bike, that I wouldn't mind flying over. But I'm also, they had such a big drone problem that was on the national news here. I'm kind of thinking that keeping a low profile might not be the worst thing I could do. You know what I mean? Just keep it intact, take it home, and enjoy it somewhere else. Just I only have 2 weeks left here, so you know, I'll be back in spring in Pennsylvania. Is beautiful. I live right by the river. I love water. You know, better safe than sorry. Well, I think I'm pulling into Otis. Actually, there's a big, there's a sign. I don't know why there's a sign and it says Otis, and the O is just cut out. I don't know, do people line up and stick their heads through it and get a picture in front of the Otis sign, or behind the Otis sign? I don't know. Should I do that? No. No, we won't do that. How about Nickie? Nickie's too small. She would be so small you wouldn't even see her in the Otis sign. Nickie, if Nickie was sitting on my shoulder right now, do you want me to take this? Are you tangled? No, you're not. Good girl. It's the first time she's been in the car and she's not tangling herself up with the little safety harness. She's got a little basket that she sits in. And it sounds silly, but you know what? Safety first. And she's got a little heating blanket that she sits on. I just turned it on. I realized I didn't have it on. But I think she's good. She's not shaking. Are you cold? How's your nose? Wet, cold, like a dog nose should be. Good job. All right, well, we're in beautiful downtown Otis at the I'm going to say it again, at the light. So I'm going to be making my right turn, and I know the internet just ends at the end, like it's like driving off the edge of the earth. So I'm going to end it right here in beautiful downtown Otis, all 4 blocks of it. Under the water tower, the Otis water tower. Definitely worth looking up on Google and realizing, yeah, no. Yep. Don't get me wrong, like it here, just not a good fit. I could be a good fit, but I'm not a good fit. And there's the turn. Let me pull over and end this right so I don't run over an Otis person. Stop, and have a good day, everyone.